And down in the bottom left-hand corner of the map in Tomb Valley, we have our blue Terran player from Team MVP, the heir to Firebat Heroes Celebration Throne. It is Keen.
Well, that's a big claim to make, man.
I have faith in him, all right?
All right.
And his opponent in the top left-hand corner from Team Liquid, winner of the last game, a very weird game, it is Liquid Rhett.
Indeed. So, Rhett's not going to need to worry about any 10 pools this game unless he does one himself, which I very much doubt we'll see. Keen, though, has picked a map where Terran players can kind of do some shenanigans a little bit. There's a lot of cliff line to abuse with things like siege tanks and all that. But just overall, it's going to be a good, safe map for Keen. It's not a map where you have to worry so much about those early speedling run-bys. Rhett, though, I believe is going to be the type of player to play things a little bit slower. Everyone knows him as kind of like the king of drones, you know, the ultimate macro Zerg. And we'll have to see if he sticks with that sort of style. I would be shocked if he didn't. But basically, Keen, I'm curious to see how he does this. If he's going to want to try to punish that really aggressive economic style of Rhett, or if he's just going to try to play safe himself and just going to go for more of a late game in this one.
Okay, well, there's certainly a lot of flexibility. You mentioned a lot of options there, and all of them are good given the right scenario. So certainly promises to be a very fun game, as looks like Rhett taking hatch first. No surprise at all, 15 hatch, and going ahead and joining up a little bit past that. This is a map where players will take a little bit later pool as well.
If Keen loses this game, are you going to be okay?
I don't know, man. It's
are we gonna need to bring in Joshi for some counseling and emergency casting?
I will be okay because I'm also quite a big fan of Rhett as well.
Okay.
I just have a soft spot in my heart for the Keen Jeffs. So.
Wanted to get prepared,
yeah,
just in case.
You're a good guy.
All right.
So,
thank you.
No problem. 17 pool followed up by 17 gas. Actually 16 gas, I think it was. But
yeah, it's going to be getting that Zergling fast or Zergling speed fast after all.
Yep, so back now on Keen's side of things. Looks like he is opting for a 1RX gasless fast expand. Yes, there it is. Command center coming down now, and no real surprise out of him quite yet. The real questions are going to be, does he double gas right now to catch up on those reactored Hellions as quick as possible?
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens if he... Yeah, we'll see. If he only gets one gas, it could mean that he is going to be going for a little bit quicker third command center, or, you know, just kind of adding on a few more barracks as well. Keen's always generally played his openings a little bit differently than a lot of people. He does things like stays on one gas a little bit longer. If you do something like that, then you can hit at kind of an interesting time with Marine Hellion. We've seen players like Maro do that in their TVZ in the past, where they'll kind of gear up to go for a later attack against the third base. So that could be what Keen is kind of planning here with just his one base opening. Rhett, though, on the other hand, I feel like is making a... Oh,
whoa!
Forget everything I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Roach Warren, Rhett not going to be playing the macro Zerg style this time around. He wants to get a kill fast.
And Keen deciding to reactor his barracks, but does not have near enough for a factory. So it looks like it is just going to be potentially another command center here in a second. He's almost saved up to 400 minerals.
Yep. Yep, certainly could be. And will it be waiting for that 400 mineral time to come? And there is going to be a factory first, it looks like. And then maybe a command center, but as it is, he's going to need, you know, plenty of minerals to make Marines and Hellions as well. Like I mentioned earlier, I think this is probably more oriented around being sort of a Marine Hellion push that comes a little bit later here. He just wants to have a lot of Marines out with that. So Rhett's Roach build is going to be an interesting match for that. We're going to have to see how things turn out. He is going to have Zergling speed as well. No Baneling nest or anything yet, so it is just going to be Roach speedling, and without any Marauders at all. Rhett might be in a pretty good spot. I mean, Keen's going to have a ton of Marines ready to go against those Roaches to survive this, but it's not going to be easy.
Keen's taking some precautions, of course. He does have that bunker up and started the supply depot wallet in and has it. So he's actually in a position where the Zerglings will have to move all the way around, and he may be able to get SCVs down in time to defend at the back. Oh, but we do have the Roaches sneaking through this back hallway here.
Yeah, I mean,
sure they're not found.
Walling off that bunker is nice against Speedlings, but doesn't do a whole lot against Roaches. They can just shoot right over it. Just kind of like hawk a loogie right over those supply depots onto the bunker. Oh, the SCV sees it now. He's got to pull back to try to defend that. Rhett coming in right away. And does he have enough to kill off Keen right now?
I don't know, but he's got some Zerglings sitting inside of the main now. Keen trying to defend against those. Are a fair number of Marines still left in this, and Rhett losing a couple of his Roaches right away.
Yeah, he could be controlling those a little bit better here. The Marines in the main base do kill off the Zerglings fairly quickly, and the bunker getting a little bit lower. Rhett needs to target down those SCVs. He's not quite doing it fast enough. He does get the bunker, but doesn't really save enough units beyond that, I think, to continue up the pressure. I think that's enough Marines for Keen.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, the last couple of Roaches are going to go down here. Rhett trying to swing in with a few more units. Yeah, there are Spielings above. Do they have enough to take all of this out?
Not a good angle,
that is just a leave for a leave? I don't know.
I guess
Rhett
so.
leaves the game, and
no
MVP.Keen does take the game, so ties it up 3-3.
Yeah, all in for Rhett. I got to say, honestly, it was not